Ever wonder what it's like to get lost in time? Imagine, if you will, a brilliant scientist, a man who's dedicated his life to unraveling the mysteries of the universe. Let's call him John. John was not just any scientist. He was a seeker of truth, a dreamer who dared to question the very fabric of reality. His passion for knowledge was insatiable, his curiosity unquenchable. His latest project, unraveling the threads of time itself. One day, while conducting his usual research, John stumbled upon something extraordinary, an ancient artifact, worn by the sands of time, yet still radiating an inexplicable energy. This wasn't just some dusty relic. No, it was something far more potent, far more powerful. It was a device with the potential to warp time, to bend it to one's will. Intrigued, John began to inspect this peculiar object, his fingers tracing the intricate carvings etched into its surface. There was a sense of urgency, a kind of electric anticipation that filled the air. Little did he know his world was about to be turned upside down. In a twist of fate, or perhaps it was just his insatiable curiosity, John accidentally activated the artifact. A blinding light swallowed him whole, as a force unseen tugged at the core of his being. His heart pounded in his chest like a drum. His breath hitched, and then everything went dark. When he opened his eyes, he was no longer in his familiar lab, surrounded by the comforting hum of his machines and the smell of old books. No, he was somewhere else, somewhere entirely different. The air was different, the sounds were different, even the quality of light was unlike anything he'd ever seen. The reality of his situation hit him like a freight train. He was lost in time, thrown into a different epoch by the very artifact he'd been studying. Suddenly, everything around him changed. He was no longer in his familiar lab, but somewhere else. Imagine waking up and everything you know, everything familiar is just gone. Our protagonist finds himself in an unrecognizable landscape. It's not just the architecture and the scenery that's different. It's the people, the culture, the technology. The air smells different, the sounds are foreign. The world as he knew it no longer exists. He's lost in time. He walks down a cobblestone street, flanked by towering buildings of steel and glass. The people around him are dressed in clothes that seem alien. They speak in a language he doesn't understand. He's a man out of time, a relic from a bygone era. He finds himself surrounded by technology that's beyond his wildest dreams. Devices that fit in the palm of your hand yet hold all the knowledge of the world. Vehicles that move without horses. Flying machines that soar through the sky. It's a world of wonder and confusion, a world he doesn't understand. He tries to blend in, to adapt. He learns to use the strange devices, to speak the new language. He puts on the unfamiliar clothes and walks the bustling streets. But no matter how hard he tries, he's always an outsider, always a step behind. He yearns for the familiarity of his own time. He misses the people he knew, the places he loved. He longs for the comfort of the known, the security of the familiar. But he's trapped in a time that's not his own, a world that doesn't understand him. He searches for a way back, a path to his own time. He delves into the technology of this new era, seeking a way to manipulate time, to return to his own era. But it's a daunting task, a seemingly impossible challenge. In this world of the future, he's a man of the past. He's a stranger in a strange land, a man lost in time. He's desperate to find a way back, to return to his own time. But the question remains, how? How can he navigate this unfamiliar world, this alien culture, this advanced technology? He knew he needed to find a way back, but how? He was a stranger in a strange land. In the darkest times, hope can shine the brightest. Our protagonist, lost in the labyrinth of time, stumbles upon the first glimmer of hope. The artifact, an enigma until now, starts revealing its secrets. As he scrutinizes it, he finds inscriptions, symbols, and hidden mechanisms. He begins to comprehend that this isn't just an artifact, it's a key, a compass, a guide. It isn't merely a time travel device, but something far more profound and complex. He discovers that the artifact's origin traces back to a civilization lost in the sands of time, a civilization that had mastered the art of time travel. The artifact, a beautiful paradox of simplicity and complexity, was their creation. It was not just a tool, but a testament to their genius, a piece of their legacy that survived the ravages of time. As he delves deeper into the artifact's mysteries, the protagonist begins to understand its workings. It's not a random time hopper, but a device of precision, a dial that can be turned to the desired time and place. It's like a cosmic GPS, guiding its user through the threads of time from the dawn of creation to the end of days. But with every revelation, the artifact also proves to be much more than a device. It is a symbol of hope, a beacon in the darkest corners of time. It whispers stories of civilizations that rose and fell, of times that were and will be, of the infinite tapestry of the universe. In the midst of his temporal isolation, these discoveries bring our protagonist a sense of purpose, a ray of hope. He begins to believe that he might not be trapped forever in this timeless void, that he might find a way back home, back to his own time, back to his loved ones. With every clue, every discovery, he was one step closer to going home. But the journey was far from over. Time was running out, literally. Our protagonist was trapped in an era not his own, a stranger in a strange land, held captive by the relentless march of time. He had been lost, but now he had a goal. The artifact, the very thing that had hurled him into this alien time, was losing its power. Its once vibrant glow was now a mere flicker, a dying ember in the cold night. The clock was ticking, and with each passing moment, his chances of returning home were diminishing. He knew he had to act, and he had to act fast. Time was a luxury he could no longer afford. There was no room for hesitation, no time for fear. The artifact's power was waning, and if he didn't use what was left of it soon, he would be stuck in this time forever. He would become a ghost, a relic of a future yet to come. The situation was dire, but our protagonist was not one to give up. He was a man of action, a man of resolve. He had faced insurmountable odds before, and he had always found a way. This time would be no different. He devised a plan, a risky one, but it was the only chance he had. He would harness the artifact's remaining energy, channel it, control it. It was a dangerous gambit, but he was willing to take the risk. He had no other choice. He had to try. He had to fight. He prepared himself mentally and physically. He studied the artifact, understood its power, its potential. He knew what he had to do. He knew what was at stake. He was ready. He was determined. He was resolute. He took a deep breath, held the artifact in his hands, felt its waning power. He focused, concentrated, reached out with his mind. He could feel the energy, the raw, untamed power. It was overwhelming, but he held strong. He harnessed it, controlled it, guided it. It was now or never. He had one shot, one chance to return home. Home, it's more than just a place. It's a feeling. A sentiment we can all connect with. For our protagonist, it meant so much more. After an odyssey through the folds of time, he found himself standing on the precipice of his own era, his heart aching for the familiar. The artifact, that mysterious object that had started it all, hummed with an ethereal energy. It was the key to his return, the anchor to his reality. Gathering his resolve, he activated it, his fingers trembling over the intricate design. A whirl of energy, a rush of wind, and then silence. The artifact dimmed and the world gradually came into focus. He blinked open his eyes to the sight of his own lab. The same cluttered desk, the same faded posters on the wall, even the same faint smell of burnt coffee, yet it all seemed alien, as if he was seeing it for the first time. It was a stark reminder of the ordinariness he had left behind when he stepped into the unknown. He was back to the mundane routines and the comforting predictability of his life, but he was different. He had traveled through time, witnessed epics unfold, and experienced the very fabric of existence. He had seen civilizations rise and fall, stars being born and dying out. He'd been a part of the universe's grand tapestry, an observer of its infinite stories. There was a sense of relief, yes, but it was tinged with a melancholy he couldn't quite shake off. He was out of place in his own world, a stranger in his own home. His journey had forever altered him, changing not just his perspective, but his very being. He was home, but he knew he would never see the world in the same way again. He had tasted the elixir of knowledge, witnessed the dance of time, and the world as he knew it had lost its former simplicity. The paradox of his existence was his new reality. He was a man out of time, even when he was back where he belonged.